The automated teller machine.
Okay, you're saying some people might say like the ATM machine, where the machine is already set.
Right.
Okay.
Oh, let's watch some MLB baseball. Baseball. Eh.
Yeah, are these things that bother you like on a daily basis where you're like, damn, fuck, I wish.
It does bother me on a daily basis because I see that shit on a daily basis.
In an ideal world, hypothetically speaking, I'm not saying you would do this. Are you like cutting your nails?
No. I'm in some maintenance.
That's cute. I mean, it's kind of cute. Is your child okay?
I hope so. Oh, he's
Is he calling you?
hi. He is calling me. He's like, Dad. That's pretty cute.
Well,
I
now
mean,
that
kids.
because you've been unemployed for a while now, it's actually a little worrying. You hang out a lot more with the kiddo, so that's good, right? You're able to do your mani and your petty, mani
Yeah.
and petty. You even use what's it called a sander,
Alima.
a lima. What's it called
I don't know how's it called in English.
a filer,
Nail filer.
a nail
No,
filer. Yeah,
I think so. Um,
English speaking 101. You learn here too. I mean,
we sometimes we talk out of our sometimes we talk out of our asses,
that's a fart.
but then sometimes you learn something from us. So I'm good with that.
Rarely, but it's a good one. It's like nice little notes, like bullet points that you could use, like a tip. We've given people a lot of tips.
This tip.
Episodes have been coming out. I told the producer I slapped the shit out of him. I told him if you fuck up with the episodes again, he says he's lacking on the clips because it is true he's doing a lot of work recently. But I told him, okay, I'm gonna give you a week, and you get that like fixed as well. Get the clips going, get the things going, and don't fuck it up.
Get yourself fixed, bitch.
I have the producer's passport hidden, so he can't really
Oh
move.
shit. He can't go back to Ecuador?
And he's illegal here, so
Oof.
he's in a tough spot. But I pay him well. I pay him a meal a day,
Okay.
and
Well,
he does all the editing.
you, I mean, when I used to work in Spain, that's basically how I got paid.
You just got a
A
meal
meal day
and a
yeah.
bunk bed.
and a bunk bed. Yes.
And we always thought. I mean, we've spoken about this story before when you were like in this internship type thing, wanting to learn to be a chef. You just lived in a room with like 12 people in bunk beds, and there was only one bathroom. And we spoke about how horrible it is to like have to wait for somebody to just finish the shit so that you can go in, take a shit, and then somebody else is coming after you. Like if you're in a submarine.
It was hard. I mean, even if you wanted to do some self maintenance,
Right.
if you know what I mean,
Some self love.
self love, you needed to be.
Like for example, would it be weird if
Okay.
like in the middle of the night you go on your bunk bed and you start doing it, and let's say some guy across the room wakes up and he's like, "What's happening?" And then he looks at you and you keep that eye contact. You keep it. And you actually go into like a little sick mode where you're like, "Argh." Have you ever seen the movie Metal, what's it called? Fucking Metal Jacket, Solid Metal Jacket. It's a Stanley Kubrick.
Full Metal Jacket?
Full Metal Jacket, yeah. Have you seen that movie?
I have, yeah.
The guy goes crazy at the end. He's like, I love my rifle. My rifle. Like, you guys just looking at him like, it's like somebody get Tommy. Get the captain in here. This guy's about to explode.
You know that one time I was in this area. So where I live was 3 rooms, actually 4 rooms. But in my room, which was the biggest one, there were like you said, like 12 people. No, there were like 5 people. And I slept in my bunk bed. And then in the bunk bed next to me was a girl. And then one time she brought a guy home and I was sleeping. And it was very not enjoyable.
What up? They started doing shit?
They started doing shit.
Whoa.
And I was like, do I just keep fake sleeping?
Or do I look at him like,
Do I just like turn to the wall and start like masturbating? Or do
Like-
I just like go
what's
like,
what's the etiquette?
right? I don't know. I didn't know what to do. All I could do was like barely move.
Well,
and
but I
try
don't
to put my
understand.
headphones
So
on.
this girl, this is insane to me. This
People
girl,
are fucked, dude.
this girl went into a room with 4 other people sleeping there, and she fucked this guy right there.
I don't know if they fucked, but they were definitely doing something. Because I was asleep and then I heard a lot of like giggling and shit. And then
Okay.
I'm like, this is not, what do I
you-
do? Like, do I
did you
stand up,
hear-
leave the room? Or
Did you hear aquatic movements? A lot of skin rubbing.
skin to liquid?
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't know what to do. So when I lived there, I usually had my headphones in the bed with me because I would go to sleep with my headphones on. So all I could do was like half turn into the wall and then put the headphones, play some music, and then just try to go back to sleep.
And cry.
I mean, I could have just relieved some pain.
And then
If
the
you know.
girl after she was done, she's like, and if any of you little motherfuckers say anything, I'll beat the fuck out of you.
The worst thing is that she was the boss. Like
She was?
you don't fuck with. Yeah, she was younger than us, but she was the boss. Like also the only girl in the room. So we.
And I mean, like, was she like an aggressive personality?
She had an intense personality.
Okay. Damn.
My first night there, you can say. I mean, I don't know if you do, but in Europe, there's not like washer and dryer. There's washer, and then you have to hang your clothes
Yeah.
in the
Like
this
an
thing.
immigrant.
Right. So she would bring the hanger thing in between my bed and her bed and put all her panties there, like facing me. And then her clothes closer to her. Like, so her shirts and her pants would be closer to her. And then all the panties and bras would be closer to me. So if I moved, all I see were like thongs and, you know. And
Was that the time that she woke up and you had a bunch of panties in your mouth and you were like,
I keep it quiet, you keep it quiet.
okay.
So that first night, I'm like, do I have to sleep looking at your panties every night? And after that, I didn't see her panties hanging, let's say. I saw her panties, just not hanging anymore next to me.
What does that mean?
She was a free soul, let's say that.
Okay.
So she was one of the boys. So
When you say one of the boys, do you mean by that?
she did not have a dick, no.
Okay.
So it was like, I don't know, the middle of August, 120-degree weather, and no shirt, no pants kind of situation.
Oh, okay.
So, and she was cool about it, and we were all good about it.
I mean, because that's how I chill with the boys.
Completely naked, yeah. That's,
I mean, when me and the boys are in the beach and we're just
Yeah.
being ourselves, like when me and the boys are just within us, like doing our thing, yeah, we're just butt naked.
yeah. So,
I mean, my favorite sort of situation with the boys is we're in a nice little Central Park scenario, right? Like if you're in Spain, it could be the Retiro Park, or if you live in London, it could be, I don't know, near the fucking river that you guys have. Like whatever like place that has some greenery, right? You go with the boys, butt naked, but you all have New Balance shoes.
why New Balance?
I just almost feel like it gives more of an impact, of a
Wow,
contrast.
okay.
Like, oh, I can see you're naked, you're down to party, but you got New Balance. You're also a responsible father.
Okay.
You probably have a good credit.
750?
You have a 401k. God damn it.
Yeah, I mean, she would hang out semi-naked around
Okay.
us. One day would be just like a tank top, no pants, or just bra and like a little short situation.
Okay.
Back then, I didn't have a girlfriend or a son, so it was free for all.
So this was legal.
What's the etiquette there? Can you look? I mean, if you consider her one of the boys, are you looking at your boys?
I mean, I keep going back to this. She's being one of the boys because I just don't know what type of boys you have.
I mean, you're my boy. You
I mean,
remember.
yeah, but I mean, you also have boys in San Francisco, and I'm cool with them. You know, like your San Francisco boys, that's your thing, you know, and I support it. I've always been
maybe
part
those
of.
are my new boys.
That's your boys, you know, like back to boys. Yeah, I mean, damn. Yeah, I mean, I think that could get sketchy. And sketchy is not bad. I mean, if you're single and you're in open waters, sketchy might be the thing you're looking for, you know. You know, I've been at times where I'm like, damn, I want a sketchy situation. So I mean, that's not a bad thing. But that she somebody that
Slept
gave
around?
Damn.
Oh no!
Damn.
Sorry.
Damn.
No,
You see, I
no,
was
no.
trying to use a euphemism.
Damn, we're good. We're good.
Now that you said it, did you share the wealth?
She shared the wealth, just not with the people that live with her.
Oh, okay. So none of you.
I
So
did
she-
not. She did not share her coins with me.
Okay, but you didn't really notice that she did with anyone else.
No, I mean I slept next to her, so I would have a good idea about who she brought home.
Right.
But
Now that's crazy. She would sleep with you guys for a long ass time, but she couldn't even fuck any.
maybe
of you.
she kept it. She kept it. You know,
Or maybe she was like, "Damn, you guys, none of you are gonna make a move. I'm naked the whole day."
maybe that was the whole thing. Maybe she wanted us to make a move.
She had to fucking get a homeless guy from outside.
No, in the restaurant, it's funny that you say it because 12 people did live in that apartment, but there were many more people who work at the restaurant. So there were different apartments. So we were one of the apartments. Maybe the guys that she brought were from the other apartments. Yet they still worked with
So
us.
like maybe she would fuck the guys that were in different parts of the kitchen that were maybe a little higher in ranking. Like for example, at that time you were just starting, you were cutting the onions, right? You were being called racist shit. Go back to your fucking South American piece of shit land. And then she's like, no, let me go fuck the pastry guy.
Right.
I don't know, the
Guess
guy
who
that
the
does
pastry guy was.
the guy that does the fucking wonton, you know. I don't know. For example, the crab rangoons.
Now that you mentioned it, towards the end of my tenure there, she was going out with one of the higher end dudes. But there's a lot of story here. I mean,
No, I mean, unpack it.
there used to be this girl who was very good friends with me and other Venezuelan dudes, and she would only sleep with the high ends. Like,
She was a Venezuelan girl?
yeah.
Okay.
And
I mean,
and-
that one stings a little. Mm-hmm. But I can also, like, appreciate her drive.
So, she was illegal in
really?
Spain, so I'm guessing she was trying to find a way to stay after her, her stance at the restaurant. So she didn't think it twice. She went to like the high ends, like married people.
Oh, word up.
Yeah, like because she showed me some messages. She's like, the guy would be like, oh, I'm dropping off the kids at school. I'll see you in a bit. I'll pick you up. And I'm like, all right, cool. Just put in a good word for me. Just be like, Mauricio, he's good.
Damn. Do you think there was maybe some power play there? Some casting couch, casting kitchen? And
sure.
is that valid? Like you as
I mean,
a,
it's fair.
It's fair, right?
She's playing her game. I let her do her shit.
I mean, the guy's playing is fair. The guy's risking his whole fucking marriage for some young
For a
punani.
The worst part is that, yeah, you're right. He was risking it all. And a lot of people knew. It's not like it was like a hush-hush thing.
Oh, it wasn't like low key.
She liked to talk about that shit.
Oh my god! You know what's fucked? And this is for
That.
all the for the guys that what for all guys that and girls too that listen to us and they're little devious, right? Sexual deviants, people that like to go into the darkness of places, in the bottoms of the hells and do the dirty thing. There's others that want to fuck you up. And that actually get excitement out of like fucking your life up. So be careful who you put your life in whose hand. And I said that perfectly grammarly correctly.
I mean, she ended up not staying at the restaurant from what I hear and I saw.
So she got deported?
No, but she stayed in Spain. She still lives in Spain. Now she has a kid. Oh, now that I remember, she had a boyfriend in Valencia, Spain, which is very far from where we were in San Sebastian. So
In the north, because you were in the north of Spain in like a high-end Michelin star seafood restaurant.
right. And she and her boyfriend was in Valencia, where she lived, where she was coming from. And Valencia is what, southeast, close to the ocean,
East.
Mediterranean.
Mediterranean, of course.
Yeah. Anyways, I don't think the boyfriend ever found out who she slept with because it was more than one.
Oh, okay.
It was more than one.
Okay.
And-
Not that you were counting, but I mean, it was...
Yeah, no, it was 7. But they had a kid. I don't think they're.
Shit.
I don't think they're together
Yeah,
anymore.
I hope he doesn't listen to this podcast.
Fuck, and I hope she doesn't listen to this.
Well, thankfully, it's going pretty slow.
Yeah.
Pretty slow. So.
Yeah.
And what about I mean, I don't know if people listening to are like, this is the most retarded episode I've ever heard. What about the girl that used to sleep next to you? Where was she from? I mean, not that it matters. We're equal in every sense and way. But,
She was from the deep South America,
the deepest of the South,
the deepest of the South. So she's
Argentina.
If you compared the Argentinians to, no, I was gonna make a bad joke.
Yeah.
And it didn't work. Anyways, yeah, she was from Argentina. Very cool person. I really like this person. She was very fun and we became very good friends.
Nice. Well, let's say she got to know
A lot.
the staff, and it was a great experience for her.
Yeah. I don't blame her. I mean, some things you got to do what you got to do to stay afloat, to stay on top.
I mean, you had to do your share of things to stay in some kitchens, right?
I mean, yeah.
It happens.
I wouldn't reveal them,
Yeah. But you wouldn't be where you are now.
right? If I didn't do those things.
Right.
So
Okay.
that's why one of the boys, that's why the boys are different,
The boys. You're talking about the boys. I'm going to go on a little rant here. And I mean, I really want people's opinions on this because I don't know what's the general consensus. But is it me or is the show Friends super overrated?
Finally, somebody said it.
I never get it. I never got it. I was like, what the fuck is this show? It's so bad. It's so corny. But people love it.
What is it about that?
What was the show about?
I mean, I never sat down and saw all the episodes because that was not for me. But the ones that I saw, I was like, they're funnier shows than this.
And you know what I also don't like? I mean, thankfully I don't know if it exists anymore. I guess it does, but you don't see it as often. It's shows with laugh tracks, which they're strange to me, I think one thing that like changed the whole show dynamic, especially with comedy, was like shows like The Office, where it's dry and you don't need that extra laughter. I think the laughter is pretty much like this lazy way of making you feel like this should be funny.
They're just like, all right, laugh at this.
Yeah, here, you dumb motherfucker.
And they also have like the applause thing, right? It's like it turns on and then everybody starts applauding. It's like, I don't, what? So you're telling me your show is not funny and you're telling me what to do so we make the show funny.
Yeah.
So who's the real star here? Is David Schwimmer or Sandra on the last row laughing and applauding her ass off?
Because I think they used to do this also with, and like, for example, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, they also had a laugh track. And they had a live audience when they filmed, right? So that when like a character would come in, everyone would be like, "Wah!" To me, it's very 90s, right? It's very 90s.
Even before, I think they did it.
Yeah.
Like 80s, 90s. What was that other show that we used to watch as kids? Full House.
Full House. Did that have a laugh track too? I
think so. Yeah.
Weird ass show if you think about it. A bunch of guys in a fucking house. It's a
With
weird ass show.
In San Francisco. I mean,
I think that like that whole scenario there, I think I saw that in the movie The Sound of Freedom. Like it's some weird shit going on there. I don't know.
damn.
But it was pretty big. And another one that I actually did like, but I can't fucking remember. Boy Meets World.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember if it had a laugh track, but it was pretty
Topanga.
good. Topanga. Those guys only did those shows, and that's it, right?
I think so. I mean, I don't. They did Boy Meets Girl or Girl Meets World, where it was like her point of view or her daughter's point, some shit like that.
Boo.
Yeah, when they try to reboot these things, it's like what was the other one?
The 70s
How I Met Your
shows?
Mother. That 70s show with that whatever shit they're doing now. What was the one that I just said? How I Met Your Mother. They did like How I Met Your Father from her point of view or from a girl's point of view. I don't know. They're fucking it up too much. So
Just do a new show.
just do a new show, put a different name. If you think about it, Friends and How I Met Your Mother, it's like very similar. It's like it has the same dynamic of 3 guys, 3 girls. Some of them live together. There's one that's like the good-looking one that's always like picking up girls. It's like the same dynamic. So you could have done any of these shows, the reboots, with different names, and nobody would have perhaps noticed.
Yeah. Like even like Big Bang Theory, a little overrated.
Overrated for sure.
Sometimes it's like sometimes it's actually uncomfortable how retarded it is in some scenario, and it's so played out. Like, yeah, she's the fine girl. This would never fucking happen in real life. These guys would have been beat up by her boyfriend. Like the whole show is just it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But people like swear by them. I mean, maybe I'm being a piece of shit ranter right now. I hate her. You know, I turned 34. I started getting more like white hairs. Maybe that's part of it too. You know. I got
Happy
a new
birthday,
pair
by
of
the
New
way.
Balance. Thank you. I got a new pair of New Balance shoes.
Did you get cargo shorts?
I already had cargo shorts.
Ooh, okay. Are you doing a barbecue with one hand and the beer in the other? Yeah.
I'm there already.
Fuck. And you don't have a kid, man.
I have
Just wait until you have a kid.
ibuprofen in my drawer. I have omeprazole, the gastric protector.
I also have Tums for heartburn.
So
We're getting old, man.
yeah,
Ranting about shows, is it something that we can still do nowadays?
I mean, I like to do it because there's so many shitty ones, but I like to do it even more with the older ones that are shitty that people love. But I mean, I could also give you positive ones. Like, I've never seen Seinfeld, so I do need to take a chance at it. I don't know if you've seen it, but I do like, for example, Curb Your Enthusiasm with Larry David. That's pretty funny. And I also liked a show that was called, I think they're coming back with it. It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's a good show. That's a good show. I haven't seen the whole thing, but I saw like the first 4 seasons. Hilarious.
It's super funny. Danny DeVito, amazing.
Yeah. Now the guy who bought the football team, what was his name? Rob McElhenney.
He really did?
Yeah, he bought this team from Wales with Ryan Reynolds. And are you okay? Are you? Need some water?
I'm a little sick. My bad. It might be the Covellinis. I hear this back.
The Covellinis.
The Covellinis.
Yeah,
So
he did
Ryan
buy
Reynolds
the team.
and that guy bought it. The guy from Sunny in Philadelphia, they bought it.
Yeah.
I saw a movie. I think it's called Blackberry. It's a story of the Blackberry, and he's in it. It's pretty good. It's like an Apple or a Hulu movie.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
It's kind of like
Rob-
Facebook, but with
Ralph
Blackberry.
McElhenney.
Well,
Yes.
you told me that recently you saw The Bear, which is the chef show, and you liked it.
Yeah, very good. I think so. I think when we spoke, I had just finished watching it, and I said the second season wasn't as good as the first. Now, it's not so kitchen driven in the second season, but what they're doing around it, I think it's good. It's a very good season. So I have to like.
It's more
Eat my words.
administrative, more like a little more complex, more bigger picture.
There's one episode that's, I think it's episode 7, and I don't want to give it away because I know you haven't seen it, but it's so intense. On the first season, they do the same on this. I think it's the 7th episode. But anyways, the second season, episode 7, I think it's like so intense. And the first time I saw it, it's like, the fuck did I just watch? And then I read some reviews about it, and then I saw the episode again, and
then
I
you
was
got
like,
it.
I'm like, this is fucking, it's amazing. And a lot of stars in that episode. What was her name? The lady.
Well, I didn't see it, so I don't
No,
know.
I know. Fuck, she's a very good actress. She did this movie with Lindsay Lohan, where
And the main guy on it, he's gonna be in a movie with Zac Efron about like a wrestling family, I think. He's like coming out now in more different bodies of work. I gotta watch it. The things we don't have Hulu or whatever the fuck is in it, Apple TV or something. It's Hulu, no?
Hulu, yeah.
Yeah. So I gotta wait. Another recommendation that I recently thought was really good: The White Lotus, first season specifically.
Very good.
Very different way of writing that I enjoyed. You know, and I think
Sydney
that
Sweeney.
that's the creator, no?
No, that's the actress.
Oh, the actress. Are you talking about the first one?
The first season, yeah.
Oh, you mean the Dario? No, the Dario, no.
No.
Alexandra the Dario.
Oh, no. Sydney Sweeney. She's
The blonde
she's
girl?
also in she's also from Euphoria.
Okay.
Anyways, when you see her, you know what
The
I'm
blonde
talking
chick,
about.
right? The blonde
The
chick.
blonde chick, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, there's a few things. You have the writer's strike, so hopefully the really bad writers and bad actors, they get out of that business and, they go to a call center like the rest of us. And then we can get the actual people that are good to do some good shows, some good movies. Because there's a lot of shit shows and shit movies right now. One that I would recommend, movie that's on Netflix, is called Paradise. It's in German. It's about technology and how they make a commodity out of people's age and how you can get the age of somebody, pay them, and then give it to someone else and lower the age. And we're getting to a point now with a lot of technology where it's not so far off, and the concept is cool. And I expected very little from the movie, and it was great. So, I mean, sometimes I know people are weary if it's in a different language. Part of it is also this, being like presumptuous about shit. But yeah, it's called Paradise. I really recommend it. And lastly, give us to end one either show or movie that you've seen recently that you would recommend people utilize their time.
I started watching Hunger on Netflix just because it's like a restaurant, a kitchen driven. So I wanted to see how I didn't finish it. I fell asleep and I'm an old motherfucker. I also have a kid. So I go to sleep early or fall asleep. But from what I saw, which I thought it was like the first 30 minutes of the movie, it's, I think the movie is Thai, but you know, they have English translating people. Very, very dramatic. Very dramatic. I think a lot of people are going to like it. And from the 30 minutes I saw, I was like...
It's a movie.
It's a movie. I think it's like 2 hours long. Or 2.5.
Is that the one where they're like stuck inside a place or some shit?
No, this one it's a girl who was like doing noodles and then she wanted to work in a high-end restaurant and she was like trying out for the restaurant. That's as far as I saw, but it was like overly dramatic how they cut the onions, overly dramatic how they spoke. So I thought it was perfect. I mean, it was perfect for me to see. And I got to finish watching it because, like I said, I have a kid and duties.
Yeah, no, we get it. I mean, you decided to have it, so that was your choice. That was your choice.
Wow.
All right, perfect. Well, that's the recommendations for today. I think that we gave him a lot. And we also want to get from you. So if you've seen something that's compelling and you're like, damn, I really want to recommend it, make sure it's good. Don't fucking give us some shitty shit. And don't give me something that has 10 seasons and 350 episodes either.
Oof, no. Are you, would you rather it be 10 seasons long, but 20-minute episodes, or 4 seasons long, an hour and a half episodes?
I'd rather it be 3 episodes and that's it. That's
that's the ideal.
That's my
world.
perfect one. Like, for example, the docuseries on O.J. Simpson, done by Cuba Gooding Jr. is 5 episodes, I think. Perfect. And it's with David Schwimmer, the guy from Friends, that really sucks at acting and people like him for some reason. So yeah, I like the short ones. The short ones and good, to the point. Let's do this.
That's why I've been watching more like crime shit, because they're short. Some are short. They're like an hour-long episodes, and they're like 3 or 4 episodes. So straight to the point.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Straight to the point. Who murdered? Where they found them? All right, let's move on. That's it.
That's. Have you ever seen The Good Place?
No.
On Netflix? No.
Series
I started watching it. It's a series. 20 minutes long each episode. I don't know. Again, I fall asleep. I'm an old fuck. So I only saw 1 episode.
Okay, so like this whole series recommendation is you saying, "Oh, have you seen this one? I kind of saw it, but I fell asleep, so I guess I'll tell you guys."
Well, I recommend it because the first 20 minutes are very good, and then the rest, I don't know. It may suck, it may not suck. But
I do like the format of 30-minute fragments.
Yeah,
it's good.
Those are good. I mean, sometimes I don't mind their longer seasons, like 10 seasons, but they're short. So
or like Black Mirror, where each episode is one entity and it's an hour long. I enjoy that too. Even if the last season, it wasn't all amazing, I still like the fact that they try to do this one single episode format and then bring me a new one every time. I think it is very interesting to see how they create a world in that little time and really economize the time that they have to give you this experience. I feel like these days series take for granted your attention span, and then they drag these stories for so long, annoying as shit. Like, just get to the point, entertain me, and make it compelling but quick. And I don't mean like make it shitty, but you shouldn't make it drag out too long. I don't think there's art in that either. But anyways, like I said, I want people to tell us what are they watching, what do they think about what we're watching. Maybe they're like, hey, you're watching some basic ass shit, so you guys need to get your game up. Maybe we do, and we're open to that. Okay, maybe your accent, guys. Maybe you guys can get like a little coaching, guys, that like teaches you how to like phonetically say the words better. I'm down for that. I want to improve. I don't want my kid like thinking I'm like an immigrant. I mean, I am, and I'm proud of it. But you know what I mean? Like, I don't want him to think that of me only. I want him to think, oh, that's my dad, the immigrant that made it and learn how to speak the language type shit. All right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so keep it real, keep it gangster, keep it cute. We really hope that Chef Maurice finds a job soon. He is, a big part of what keeps us going. He needs to feed his kid and his family, and we are supportive of that.
Maybe just go on unemployment and get free money.
I mean, I think that might be the best choice, but just don't say it out loud because the IRS is watching this show. And yeah, much love, guys. Peace.